Hello, this is Reverend Dore Jacques Patlian teaching religious science, which is the teaching of the science of mind from Sarasota, Florida. Today, Losing the Blues, Rule 2, a Reverend Dore soundbite. Last soundbite post, we talked about Rule 1 of Losing the Blues. Summarize it, it's to tell the truth. Look yourself in the mirror and get real about how you got into the condition that your condition is in. Did someone do something to you? Were you a victim of circumstance? These are comforting excuses, but are rarely, if ever, true. You knew what you were doing when you made that choice, spoke those words, and took that action. Your inner voice, it's called intuition, probably yelled, "No!" But you overrode that inner wisdom, and you did it anyway. Now, you have the results. We are the sole authors of the book of our life. Every thought, every word, every deed writes another page. Unless a gun was held to your head, you had a choice, and you made it. Okay, so no pity party allowed. You may be saying, "Okay, Dore, I looked in the mirror and told the truth. Now what? I still feel listless, sad, helpless, and hopeless. What am I to do?" Rule 2 of Losing the Blues: get busy. When we are depressed or we have the blues, we just want to lay down and sleep. Want to watch old movies, maybe cry a lot, perhaps eat a quart of Chunky Monkey or a large bowl of popcorn dripping with butter. Well, give yourself a day or two of indulgence if you have to, and then snap out of it. Why? Because with your inaction, you are causing a serious chemical imbalance in your brain and are moving rapidly from the blues to clinical depression, and that's not good. When we are sad, listless, upset, and emotionally spent, we tend to suppress endorphins and produce melatonin in great quantity. The result, you just want to sleep, cry, and do nothing. You will rapidly become a couch potato, and this deepens the depression until our chemical imbalance becomes so bad that we will need medical help, and Big Pharma's help at that. How can you feel good about yourself just lying around the house eating and crying? Well, you can't. Soon guilt sets in and you go into a downward spiral. What to do? Well, stop the binge eating, stop lying about, put on the New Balance and get up. It's impossible to walk 3 miles and be depressed. You cannot work out in the gym for 90 minutes and not feel better. Why? It's chemistry. A brisk walk or workout produces a flood of endorphins, and they are the feel-good or natural high chemical. In fact, strenuous activity will cause you to almost forget your blues. The more activity, the better when you are experiencing the blues. I know you don't want to get up, but you have to. Your life may literally depend on it. If you live in a house, get into the garden. I will tell you from experience that planting, pruning, getting your hands into the soil is perhaps the most therapeutic thing you can do. There is something primal about tending to nature and feeling and smelling the good earth in your hands. You live near a beach? Get there now. Depression's natural cure is vitamin D, and that's the sunshine vitamin. Spend a couple of hours walking the beach with your bare feet in the water and see how much better you feel. The seabirds, the beauty of the turquoise water, if you're lucky enough to live on Florida's west coast, and the white sand make it almost impossible to have the blues. No beach? Well then, why not take a drive out into the desert or a hike in the mountains? When I lived in Phoenix, Arizona, I was going through an unexpected divorce. It seemed that it came out of nowhere. It blindsided me. I really didn't expect it. And I came down with a major dose of the blues. Nearest beach was 5 hours away and not much forest or green in between unless I went way up in the mountains. But drive north of Bell Road a few miles and the dry, clear desert air will give you a cosmic show available almost nowhere else because you're way up north out of the main part of Phoenix and you're out of the city lights. Billions of stars, more than you ever believed possible, carpeted the pitch black night sky, and took you out of your little concerns and woes and into the great architect's magnificent creation. I would pull off the road and put a blanket on the desert floor after a thorough rattler check and just lie on my back and stare at the heavens for what seemed like hours. The divorce that so wounded me seemed like a minor dust-up after a while. I would chant this mantra: "This too shall pass. You are loved. You are safe. You are magnificent." As the Brits say, it worked a treat, and before long I was again functioning, sad but healing. Rule 2 recap. Get up and get out. See the bigger picture. Get in nature. Your hands in the soil, your mind on the infinite, and I guarantee that you will receive a cure better than Prozac or Abilify could ever provide. And it's free. You want to know more about the perennial philosophy that we call religious science or the science of mind? Log on to csl.org. If you want to comment on this post, scroll all the way down through the white stuff until you see comments. Until we're together again, may the Lord of the universe bless you, keep you, and hold you in the palm of his hand. This is Reverend Dore Jacques Patlian at the Awakened Heart Center for Spiritual Living in Sarasota, Florida, saying bye-bye for now.